The college football experience week 5 pregame show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up. And when you do, sign up with your promo code TCE SGPN to score up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm.
Hey, this is Pac-Man Jones. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Week 5 pregame show. Is it already really at week 5? Fuck, man. Excited to be here and talk about all the fun matchups we have going on today and recap a little bit of the craziness that happened last night as well. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
I am healthy when there's a slew of games about to start. All feels good in the world. Just perfect. Just give us a shit ton of games. That's what I love about these Saturdays when college football and college basketball are rolling. It's just give us 150 games. Boom, boom, boom. I am joined by my co-host. You know him from the NBA Gambling Podcast, or perhaps the WNBA Gambling Podcast. But he got to start right fucking here. We like to tout that here. Give it up for Terrell Furman, aka the Villain. How are you, brother?
What's going on? Hey. The ACC made a call. The ACC made business decisions, and you know what? We are going to make business decisions next week. We are going to make business decisions the week after. We are going to ruin everything the ACC loves. Everything. We're going to ruin it.
Let's just talk, folks. If you didn't catch the Miami Virginia Tech game last night, or and the Washington Rutgers game,
there should be an apology. Why is there not an apology out? There should be apologizing to Mr. Jones. They should 100% be apologizing.
And I actually think Brent Pry, I would have gotten fined. Brent Pry
fined? I would have got fired. They would have had to drag me up out of there. What did he say in Wolf on Wall Street? They would have needed the freaking SWAT team to get me up out of there. That was ridiculous. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, and shout out to Real Money Kramer, who gave us $20, folks. Remember, you can donate here. Hit that tip button there. Has the call been overturned yet? Same crew that got that suspended right after the Duke Miami game. And if you remember the Duke Miami game, there was so many bad. Like the guy's knee was down. They also had like 4 clips. They also had like 20 guys on the field. So like they had an opportunity to correct that like 10 times. This was ridiculous last night. Like you cannot tell me, and I saw their
indisputable evidence. Indisputable evidence. How do you take an hour to look at the film and say, "Oh yeah, this is clear," and this is clear? Like, no, you don't take an hour in the review and then come back and say it's clear evidence. No, it's not. You don't return it. There's no way you overturn that call. There's no possible way.
It was very ridiculous that their explanation is, well, the defender touched the ball while he was out of bounds, which is true. He did. The problem is is the receiver might have possessed the ball before it, and there was no camera angle that gave us that, which means you have to stick to the fucking play on the field. It like if it would have been ruled if they had said it was incomplete on the field, then you have to stick with that. I'm not arguing on that it was 100% a catch. I am arguing on there was no fucking proof that it wasn't a catch. There was also this. There's no. You just have to stick to the call on the field. There was nothing on the video replay that was convincing of it to change what the ruling on the field was.
It looked more like a catch. You saw him put two hands. He was literally the only person of all the hands. He was the only person that had two hands on the ball the whole time. The whole time. They didn't rip it out until the end. He already scored.
And don't bring up the holding penalty. The holding penalty. The holding penalty. They should be suspended for the holding penalty. I mean, I don't even understand how he got that. Like, go back and watch that play on the touchdown
Miami's
run.
Overrated.
But I will say this: Brent Pry, horrible fucking clock management. Absolutely horrible fucking clock management down the stretch. You shouldn't have needed a Hail Mary to just bad clock management. And I'll be honest, some of that is also, once again, there was a spot where the clock was running where I thought it jumped early. Now that was not Brent Pry's fault, but some of the other stuff with Brent Pry, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, use your timeouts a little wiser. But yeah, terrible. Those you cannot have you have to suspend those refs for at least a game, because you can't be that bad.
They can't be in charge of anything important. They can't be in charge of anything important. That was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I personally felt like I was confused on what we were sitting here looking at. I'm like, how are you going to say this is not a touchdown? I mean, to me, it looked like a touchdown. Virginia Tech guy. Maybe I'm biased, but it clear cut looked like a touchdown.
In my opinion, I couldn't see proof that it was or was not. So you have to stick to the ruling on the field. Like, there's a moment where I think it might have been a touchdown, but I can't really see where the ball is at. Now, yes, their excuse of later is he out of bounds and touching the ball? Sure, but that's like a good couple seconds after where we think it might be a touchdown. So it's like there's no way you can overturn that. There's just no way. There's nothing conclusive. 0% inclusivity.
It's okay. It's okay, ACC. Yeah. There's gonna come a time, ACC, where you're gonna want Virginia Tech to lose a game really, really bad, and we're going to beat the shit out of whoever it is. I'm telling you, there's gonna come a time. We're gonna make business decisions. We're going to make business decisions,
Miami
and this is gonna come
last. back. Miami's losing at Louisville later in the year, and Miami's not that good of a team. In my opinion. Watching that last night, I go, okay, they're still a crystal ball team.
7-13-1 Mario Cristobal when laying double digits at home as a top 25 team.
Unbelievable. And then you had the Rutgers game with Cash, by the way, 2-0 on the lock front with Army on Thursday and Rutgers last night. But man, Rutgers, Washington couldn't make a field goal to save their life. Thankfully, we got it done. And Rutgers moves to what, 5-0. So
yeah.
What else? Let's jump into the 9 a.m. slate. And I mean, obviously, today's got some fire games, but and some of these times have been moved and stuff like that regarding the hurricane that came through the Appalachians there. I'm curious what you're doing in this Minnesota-Michigan game kicking off in about 51 minutes. I think PJ Fleck is going to row the boat for a cover. 10 points is a lot of points.
This is your only opportunity. This is your only opportunity to get a close game versus Michigan. I mean, they probably fix this next year, right? Yeah. They probably fix this next year. I think PJ Fleck realizes when you have opportunity in front of you, you have to take advantage, and I think so. Everybody knows what Michigan is doing. Like the whole house knows what Michigan is doing. It's just, can you stop it?
I think they can say 10 points within that. You know, I know it was 52-10 the last time they played, but they're so much more predictable then, and they're also so much more inexperienced, especially on the offensive line. I know like Minnesota's not a great team. I think they're going to be like 6-6 or something when it's all said and done. But I think like this to me screams like, I don't know, like 14-10 final. You know what I mean? Or 14-6 final, something like that. I'm on the Gophers there. I don't know that a money line is in play though. I think this is just when you take the points. I don't think you play the money line. You?
Nah, I'm not interested. Probably not gonna bet this. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm taking Michigan. I mean, not Michigan. I'm taking Minnesota. I just can't. I can't bet Michigan right now.
Yeah, I got one that I'm betting though. I think Purdue's a fucking horrible team. I am going to lay the 10 with the Nebraska Cornhuskers against them Boilermakers.
Is this place gonna be lit?
I don't know. I mean, traditionally they show up, but like they've been getting their ass whooped so bad. I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, what are you going to do in West Lafayette? They're going to be there to support their team. I just don't think they like. Have you seen their run defense? Fucking horrible. This is another one with DFS. I loaded up on Dowdell, the Oregon transfer at the running back spot for Nebraska. I think he's gonna have a big day. It was 31-14 a year ago, and that Nebraska team wasn't any good. I think it's gonna be a bloodbath. I think it's gonna be something. I wouldn't be surprised. This is 31-7, 31-3, something like that.
Very good first road game spot too for Dylan Raiola. Very, very good. Like I think of all the places in the Big Ten to go on a road, Purdue, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
We've been able to score on Purdue in the years. I don't think the Big Ten defense thing has ever applied to Purdue recently. So I'm with you.
Let's go. Maryland and Indiana. Indiana's been a wagon this season. They're laying 7.5 against the Terps. I'm gonna ride Indiana, but no wager here. It was 44-17 a year ago in the Terps' favor, but I kind of buy into Cignetti and what he's doing. What are you taking there?
I'm fading you. I'm taking Maryland. They haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody like at all. I think Maryland's going to keep this close. This is within a score. I don't know how good Indiana is. Indiana played the Airport, Western Illinois, UCLA, and Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean to be fair though, who's Maryland played? Michigan State, I guess, would be their best win.
But at least it's a Big Ten game.
Yeah.
At least they've been in a Big Ten game. Like that's at the very least I can say they were in a Big Ten game. Even though I'm not high on Michigan State, they was in a Big Ten game and kept it close. Indiana's played nobody.
UCLA is in the Big Ten.
Oh well, okay, all right. UCLA, all right, whatever. Now I'm really taking Maryland.
They say they're in the Big Ten.
UCLA
like, I still
bullshit.
question it myself.
UCLA sucks. I don't think they count.
I lean Hoosiers. I gotta mention this game because this is one that I actually flipped my pick. If you guys are looking for the Dundee play here,
the Benedict is out.
Well, Thomas Castellanos was not on the injury reports at all.
Yeah, he's out.
That's what I'm saying. They ruled that he's out, and that had me saying, "What? Okay, I guess I'll take the tops plus the points in Chestnut Hill."
Question for you. How much of it is Tommy Boy, and how much of it is
the system?
Good old Miller Ryan there.
I don't know. I don't feel good about it, but my thing is just take the points. If you know what backup quarterback's going on here, give me the points and the tops. But I mean, I don't have a strong conviction to it because I don't think Western Kentucky is that good. I see Clark saying he likes Western Kentucky money line. They could. That's what I'm saying. I'll take the points. That was a substantial bit of information that we did not know throughout the week. Like Castellanos is kind of the offense because he runs around. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I don't think they have like that many dudes elsewhere. I mean, yes, they've gotten more athletic than say a year ago, but I just don't know that the offense will be able to work with Grayson James there. So, yeah, give me the tops there +8. How about you? Are you leaning tops? Are you going BC?
Yeah, I'll roll with the tops. but I don't. I'm hesitant. I'll take the points, but I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant on because Tommy Boy was just really bad in prior years, like really, really bad. So if this is the system and the system is just turning quarterbacks, average quarterbacks, into playable starters, I am afraid that he can just take a backup quarterback and do the exact same thing. But I'll take the points.
Yeah. Sorry, Clark. I didn't see the question mark there. I had my device. My apologies. BYU Baylor is a BYU is looking like. Should we crown them the national champs now or what?
Better wait till after this game.
Why does it stink so bad? Baylor
What?
is laying 3. What?
It smells exactly how it should smell. Lay it with Baylor. Don't even question this. Lay it with Baylor. This is the perfect spot. BYU just came off of that big win, Kansas State at home, where they got a fumble return for a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown, and they just kind of ran away with it. Baylor coming off the Colorado game, lost in overtime, rain, all of that, come back home, play BYU, who still doesn't have a Big 10 road win yet.
Big 12. Yeah.
Big 12. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a Big 12 road win yet. No, they're coming in here and they're getting fucked up. I think this is a day Baylor's defense steps up. Yeah, I've already bet it.
Yeah, I know
Baylor.
Mac was betting this too. Terrell Furman, lock it up. The Baylor Bears. I didn't want to touch this game because the line stunk to me. And that, sometimes you say, well, that's telling you to bet the game.
So let me tell you this. Since 2012. Let me make sure I pull up the right numbers. But since 2012, when a ranked team has gone as a road dog to an unranked home favorite, that ranked team has lost outright 70% of the time. Since 2012, wow. 70.
That is pretty impressive.
So
and BYU is kind of a
if you're afraid
team.
of the points, just take the money line and lay a little bit of juice. But I got the money line play at -135 earlier this week. I think it's closer to -150 now. But 70% trend is just something that I don't want to mess with. This Baylor team also, I think, is going to go out here and get the win. One, BYU probably shouldn't be ranked. I know they just beat Kansas State, but they put too much thought into these preseason rankings, and then we get into week 4 and you have a team ranked because they got a good win over another team that you thought was really good, but it turns out they probably weren't actually that good. So this is a spot where BYU is ranked 22 in the nation. They probably shouldn't be, and Baylor's going to prove it.
Yeah, I think you're I mean, I don't know. I'm staying away from the game. I lean BYU, but I'm a Kalani Sitake guy with the points. I'm saying just to cover this.
My clients know.
Shout out to Colt giving us $20. He said he camped last night in the mountains and he's getting ready to go to Rice Eccles.
Ooh,
let's go.
That's tough.
Little Arizona,
not
Utah
the camping.
action.
I would never do the camping in the mountains part, but I would 100% do the Rice Eccles part for sure. Why did you camp in the mountains? Did they not have hotels? Why did you have to go camp in the mountains? No, but seriously, like, what was so? If you're going to the game tomorrow, why did you say, "Let me go"? Is the hotel prices that crazy? Why are we camping in the mountains? This is scary. Oh my gosh!
So,
man,
I mean,
you guys
Utah's
are nature
a beautiful
lovers.
state.
I'm just not.
I'm sure. Real Money Kramer would push back on you as a guy that I feel like every Thanksgiving I forget that he's out. On
and
a
I
voyage.
think it's crazy that he goes off the grid every single Thanksgiving.
Well, I always forget, and I text him, dude. You see this? You see this game? And I get no answer for like 2 days, and then I'm like, what the fuck is up with him? Right? And then it's like, oh, I forgot. He's out in the middle of the fucking desert with no cell phone reception. Yeah, Clark, man. I was thinking about you yesterday, man. Clark lives in Asheville, I believe, and he's at a hotel in Chantilly, man. Yeah,
Clark, I really hope I just seen all the water flooding, everything in Asheville. Really hope everything's good, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hopefully your house, your possessions, your friends and family and whoever, just the scenes of that shit. Oh yeah, my gosh. I saw a photo of like I guess it looked like a U-Haul shop where all the trucks were like, it just looked fucking horrible, man. So I saw like a house going down a stream. So definitely hope all is well there, man. Moving along, we have another fire game, kind of a you could say it's an elimination game. I don't know that it fully would be that because we just don't know how many losses will be for the second team in the Big 12. But Oklahoma State coming into the Little Apple to take on Kansas State. The spread was at 4. I'm seeing it at 5.5 right now. K-State, Avery Johnson looked like shit last week. Let's be honest, and he's kind of looked like shit both games on the road. At home against Arizona, he looked all right. What are you doing in this one?
Back in the Kansas State here. Back in Kansas State,
too.
Wildcats get it done. They're at home. This is the spot where you like them at. You like backing Kansas State at home. When you talk about Kleiman and what he's been doing at Kansas State, 16-7 ATS is a home favorite, 15-6 off a loss. 15-6 off a loss. With, first of all, a lot of those teams, Adrian Martinez is quarterback. Just throwing it out there. 15-6 ATS off a loss.
Slander.
So Adrian
still coming in MVP of the not the UFL. He's now a New York Jet, and he's still coming after my guy. All right,
fuck him. 30-16 in conference. He gets this done, and I think they're a really solid run defense. Last week they held Moa to 76 and a touchdown, but really a lot of that usage was on the 24-yard run, on the 20-yard touchdown run, but they were really defending really well. And then you just can't give up the special team mistakes that, Kansas State did. And I think that's where they focus this week, on special teams, not turning the ball over, not giving up those little mistakes. I think they beat the shit out of Oklahoma State today, because when Oklahoma State can't run the ball, they can't do anything.
You locking this?
Oh, absolutely.
Woo!
Absolutely.
Terrell Furman locking up the K-State Wildcats. I agree with you here. I haven't placed a wager on it yet, though. But I will.
A little Big 12 parlay, Baylor and Kansas State here.
Ooh, I like that.
I like it.
I will tell you though that I did bet on another Wildcats. The Kentucky Wildcats. They're covering. They're covering here in Oxford. I don't know what the line's at, like 16.5 now. That's the worst that you can get that line. I got it over 17, but still at 16. I think this is going to be like Ole Miss probably wins the game, but I don't think it's going to be some blowout. Give me the points in Kentucky. What are you doing here?
I mean, Ole Miss is 4-0, but
they played
Furman, Middle Tennessee
Kiffin
State
said it himself. He said it himself on the morning show.
Yeah, like this is clearly the first real test you're gonna have. Like, clearly cut forth. This is the first real test you're gonna have, and I think this Kentucky defense is gonna come in there and push this Ole Miss team around. I don't think that I think they think they're just gonna get easy offense as they did, all the games prior. No, I think Kentucky is gonna have something to say here. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's take the points with Kentucky. They cover this. This isn't a 16-point game. This is a 8 to 10-point game.
Yeah, let's go. Give me these Wildcats. Shout out to Lante Smith, who you heard him on some of our previews for the offseason. Lante always doing great work with us at SGPN. He says, Colby, are you with the Akron Zips with me? Oh, I am. And what the Akron Zips, Terrell? Let's go off the beaten path for a second here.
Okay.
These Zips are catching double digits in Athens, Ohio.
Yep.
And let me tell you, buddy, these games are like Maxion games. If excluding Kent State, Maxion games are always wacky. It's always going to be like by 6 or 8 or so. I think, like, to me, load up on the Akron Zips against these Ohio Bobcats. I am on those Zips. Let's go. Any play on this one, Terrell?
Yeah, I mean, it's all the way down to 9 now, and I think that's for a reason. We talked about it with, what game was that we talked about? I believe it was NIU Buffalo. Was that it?
Yeah, we hit on that last week.
On the money line.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's really where I'm at with it. This is the MAC. You can't lay this amount of points in the MAC, yo. Like, you absolutely cannot lay this amount of points in the MAC. NIU, everybody had NIU circled in that they were getting this done easy because of the win at Notre Dame. And Buffalo, who people thought were one of the worst teams in football, 13-point dogs, go in there and get a win outright. No, this is the MAC. This is the MAC. Anybody can win in the MAC. I'm not laying these points. Let's
go. Speaking of the MAC, I saw this line move up to 21.5 or 22 plus 900. Ball State is going into JMU. JMU just dropped 70.
Get this bullshit the fuck out of here.
All right. Alonzo Barrett, player of the week nationally. You're telling me you don't walk around town? You're not focusing as much. Scattered ass everywhere coming up to you. You know, trying to buy you drinks.
This is the first ever meeting. They did beat the shit out of UNC last week.
Dude, if you look at the game before,
okay,
the
there
game
might be
before,
a point here.
Gardner Webb was at the 9-yard line with the chance to push the game to overtime with 30 seconds left. Ball State's better than Gardner Webb, and I think Ball State can give them a game. I'm locking up Ball State plus the points, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on that money line to ruin the Duke's undefeated season here. Let's go. Come on, man. I know you're a Virginia guy, but this one makes too much sense.
No, it does. 21-22 is a lot for a team that just beat the shit out of UNC a week ago, but they're not covering. They're not winning outright. No, but JMU still gets the win, but they let them hang around a little bit. I can't.
Might as well sprinkle though. You might as well sprinkle just because.
Yeah. If you take a big dog, always sprinkle.
Yeah, and you score 70 points.
Just sprinkle a little less than you would have normally sprinkled. if you were gonna do a salt-based sprinkle, maybe not a salt-based sprinkle, maybe you just do one of the little holy water sprinkles where they just that, not a salt-based sprinkle, that's it.
There you go. Words of wisdom from the
wise
from the
words
villain.
of wisdom.
Yeah. South Florida Tulane. This is a good game. This is a good game right here. South Florida Tulane, major
Jesus
implications Christ. On the AAC championship, perhaps in this one.
Mm-hmm.
This line's kind of hopped around. I'm seeing 4 right now. The Green Wave -4. I went Tulane, but I don't have a lot of strong conviction to that. Kind of fascinated by watching it though. Who you going here?
Should we not be? Is South Florida not as good as we thought they were because they got killed by Miami last week?
Dude, but in the Bama game, they looked pretty damn good in the Bama game.
That's what. Yeah. For a certain point, they ended up getting killed in that game too.
Yeah, no, that was bullshit. They ran that up late. Style points.
Style points. I don't know. I like this Tulane squad, man.
I'm taking Tulane too.
I like this Tulane team. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see the spread going down, but 3.5. There's 3.5s out there now. Yeah, I'm gonna lay 3.5 with Tulane at home. Sure.
There we go.
This middles because this opened up as high as 9.5 for Tulane.
Yeah.
No, that's way too much buyback. This is Tulane wins by 6.
And the line has Shaz Preston, their wide receivers, questionable. I guess that one matters a little bit. The Alabama transfer. Navy's undefeated. They just beat a top 25 team. They're going to Birmingham, Alabama. Take Trent Dilfer.
Yep.
I understand the logic that this is a dangerous game for them.
I just can't beat them.
I just can't take UAB with the way they've defended the triple in Trent Dilfer's short time. And
I think everybody thinks that this is like some type of letdown spot for Navy.
Yeah.
But we told you. We told you the side to be on. We told you the side to be on. Plus 9.5.
That was another one we hit last week. Navy money
line
against
it was. Memphis. In fact, we hit 2 of a 3 money line dog with Navy, BYU, and what was it? Georgia Tech? No, I don't think it was Georgia
Buffalo.
Tech. It was
we hit Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we hit. Yeah, so there we go.
We gave away 4. ECU is the one that fucked us, but it was we said we gave it away a round robin, so it still would have cashed.
Yeah.
Northern Illinois is taking on the Pussy Pack. Northern Illinois, if they win this, I know a lot of people think, oh, they're eliminated. They lost to Buffalo. I think there's a shot Buffalo could still go 6-6, and the fact that or make a bowl, and Northern Illinois would have a win at Notre Dame, and if they could win this at NC State, there's still a shot NC State could end up bowling. So I still think there's a path.
NC State is not going bowling.
I don't think they will, but I'm just saying, like they're 2-2 right now. All they need is 4 wins. Like
that sounds like a lot for NC State right now.
I agree, but like if they get Wake Forest next week, it's possible. They have Stanford. Like it's possible that they get there. But my point is, that Northern Illinois can say we have 2 Power 5 wins.
Yeah,
and they're still alive because of that. The question
is,
a
better team. They're the better team.
I'm
They're
taking the
just the better
points too.
team. NC State fucking sucks. Like they're not good. They don't know. I don't trust any offense coming out of NC State at all. I don't know if they're going to score in this game. I truly do not know if NC State is going to score in this game. Like the
Yeah.
offense looks so bad, and the only time that they actually do anything on offense is when the other team defense just kind of says, "Yeah, here you go." That Louisiana Tech game was horrible,
Oh, it
horrible.
was because they're
And
a
I
horrible team.
get, yeah, you lost Grayson McCall. When Grayson McCall was playing, he didn't look good.
What will the fan turnout be at that? Like, because they didn't get as affected by the hurricane, right? Raleigh did not. I don't think. I'm just wondering, will it be a packed crowd? Not sure, but
It'd probably be some. It'd probably be some butts and seats, but it'd probably be others that are like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this right now."
I got another money line dog for you here. Obviously,
Did we emphasize that I was locking up in IU?
Oh, I did not.
Let's emphasize
did not hear that.
for the people. Let's emphasize that I'm
go.
locking up in IU. Like
Terrell
NC State
Furman.
really fucking sucks.
Locking up the Huskies of Northern Illinois to get their potentially their second Power 5 win. And they've beat last year. They beat Boston College. The year before they beat Georgia Tech.
And IU's a good program.
Yeah, they do it, man.
I was on that Boston College game. I remember being in the sports book watching that cash, and literally everybody around me has Boston College, and here I am in the middle. Yes.
It's always a great feeling when you're riding solo. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, and everybody else. Oh, at the bar on Thursday, everybody at the bar was on Cowboys.
There was a playoff game. There was a playoff game. I don't know, probably like it was during the Rex Ryan era, where the Jets won outright in Foxborough, and I was at the book, and like it was all Pats fans, and I took the Jets money line just because I thought they could, like Rex Ryan could fuck with them a little bit, and the fact they play each other so much, it's a great feeling being the only guy with the ticket.
Yep. While everybody else loses.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Texas State, Sam Houston. I got one here. Sam Houston's getting 10.5, 10. Shop around. Plus 300 on the money line. This game is it's not a full on. It's not at the Bear Claw. It's in Houston, Texas, at the Texan Stadium, that filthy stadium. But this
Sunbelt, Fun Belt.
This is a dangerous game for Texas State, and the way Sam Houston's playing defense, I think is going to be a game. I do think they're live on the money line. I definitely think they cover the points though. What are you doing here?
10 is a lot on the road for. I mean, we do think Texas State is good, Kobe. 10 is a lot on the road, though.
But this is a rivalry too, man. This is one. This is like if you followed them in the FCS ranks, like this is like a rivalry game. So, I think, and
just how they lost that Arizona State game.
Yeah.
I'll take the 10. I'll take the 10 with Sam Houston. Sam Houston could use a marquee win.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's worth the sprinkle when you have two rivals. Like Sam Houston still might lose the game, but I think they're going to cover. So, Arkansas and A&M playing at Filthy Jerry's World here. A&M is laying 5.5. What are you doing here, my friend?
Look, I don't understand. And Arkansas gets a lot of shit, but like these lines have just been off week after week on Arkansas, and there's no adjustment made.
I'm on the Hogs too, man. I like Taylor Green with this.
This is
Bobby
the Petrino revenge game.
Yeah, give me the points. Yeah,
Taylor Green and Petrino are cooking.
Yes, let's go.
Sam Pulport Pittman's got that defensive line going. Like, yeah, I'm 100%. I'm all over Arkansas. I just honestly, Kobe, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a situation where I'm not gonna bet Arkansas for the rest of the year. Like as I look through the schedule, I truly don't know a situation because I just figure that they're gonna be like pretty sizable dogs in a lot of these games. I can't see a situation where I'm not gonna bet Arkansas all year. This is the revenge tour after they gave them that shitty season last year. That shitty schedule where they had multiple back-to-back away games, and it was nothing they could possibly do about it. They are paying everybody back in full this year.
Let's go. I'm Woo Pig Suey here. Clark in the chat saying check the locker room at Jerry's World. Might be some holes in the walls like Porky's.
Look at this. They're look ahead. They are plus 13.5 against Tennessee next week at home.
Yeah, I'll take the points there too, and sprinkle that money line.
Yeah, what? 13. There's no way that stays. There's no way that stays at where it's at. They're underrating this Arkansas team.
Shout out to Benson Hopper in the chat. He brings up an interesting one here. We have the Auburn and Oklahoma game going on. I think what it probably is, Benson. He says you probably already talked about the OK spread, but how the hell is Auburn favored now?
It's because their entire team is in the infirmary, including
that,
all 5 starting wide receivers.
That was the thing. I think the recent
line move was definitely when they announced that the half of the team wasn't playing.
Yeah, and Deion Burke, the Purdue transfer, Deion Burks, he was added to the list. He's out too, I think, officially. So I think I'm still taking Oklahoma though. Hugh Freeze with his ridiculous statements. I don't know what the hell the locker room's like at Auburn. I know they're starting a freshman quarterback on the road, which I normally always fade, but I don't know that they can move the ball against this Venables defense. This is going to be a rock fight. I do think the under.
But who do you like? Who do you trust to win an ugly defensive, neither quarterback can get anything done game? It's Auburn. Like, if this is going to be the ugly game that everybody says it was, no offense, they're not going to be able to do anything. Defenses are going to shine. I trust Rutgers in those games than Oklahoma. Oklahoma wins shootouts. Oklahoma wins games where their offense can shine and they can show off all the skill players they have, which they're not playing in this game. I can't after that game last week. I cannot go Oklahoma. I was on Arkansas last week. I predicted the fall off. They're back up this week. I'm on Auburn.
Do I need to remind you though that against Cal, you can agree with me that Oklahoma's defense is better than Cal's, correct?
Yes.
Just to let you know, Peyton Thorne against Cal was 14 of 27. Yep. 165 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, and a fumble.
Yep. And last week, Hank Brown threw 3 interceptions in the first half. I understand all of that. And with knowing all of that, I'm still taking Auburn. I cannot take Oklahoma right now. Yeah. They don't play these ugly games. They don't play these.
I don't have strong conviction to this game. I'm not betting this game. But actually, now that I think about it, let's bet that under 44.5.
Yeah.
Let's bet the under.
There's no way they score. There's no way either one of them get to 20 points.
Let's go. Bet the under 44.5. That is a lock.
Only thing that ruins it is a defensive touchdown. That's it.
Which is certainly on the table.
Yeah, it is. It is. But if we keep the defensive touchdowns to a minimum, then we're good on the under.
Yeah. We got some other big ones. Wisconsin, USC laying 14.5. I'm seeing right now. I will lay it with the Trojans and Miller Moss. Wisconsin, they abandoned the heavy rushing attack with those 300 pound hog mollies to try to be like USC. Well, guess what? USC gets guys like Zachariah Branch. They don't play at Wisconsin. I will take USC to get this done. What are you doing in this one?
I think USC beats the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I think they beat the shit out of them. I mean, bro, you're going to take an air raid offense and then go try to go play USC with the subpar quarterback?
Have fun with that. Have fun with that. I got another lock though, and I'm taking you to a place that you are very familiar with. Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where Wake Forest coming off the bye. You're giving Dave Clawson 2 weeks.
This place does not get lit.
It does not get lit, but sometimes that can be a sneaky advantage.
I'm just throwing it out there. This place does not get lit.
It's the NC Nick thing. It's like there's
and they're playing UL. There's no and it was raining. There's no way anybody's here.
They're covering this, dude. I'm locking up Wake minus the points. Let's go. Clawson after a bye week. I trust Dave Clawson's a good football coach. He'll figure it out. What are you doing here, man?
Yeah, I actually like Wake Forest too. Even though I'm talking about their shitty arena, but their shitty stadium. But no, there. I've sold hundreds of seats at this stadium. They only get lit for the big games.
Yeah,
and there's nobody going to the game today.
Kind of another make or break game in the Big 12. TCU is heading to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas Jayhawks. Both teams tough losses a week ago. I am going with the Kansas Jayhawks -2. I might bet this.
TCU sucks.
Yeah.
TCU sucks. TCU sucks.
Let's bet this.
Yeah, TCU sucks. Didn't have this on my radar. I'm perfectly fine fading TCU.
Yeah. Let's take these Jayhawks. Let's go.
I gotta bet this. Maybe I should add them to the Big 12 parlay.
I like it. I got another team we can take in the Big 12 parlay too, because Colorado's getting over 2 touchdowns. Fuck out of here. Give me my Buffs.
Kobe, stop trying to force me to put Colorado in the parlay.
Give me my Buffs. All right. First up, Deion's not gonna go. He's not gonna go home and get embarrassed. There's also like 30 players on the Colorado roster from Florida. No, they may lose the game, but they're covering this. They're not gonna get embarrassed in their home state. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm what time this game tips at? Okay, Kobe, is there any concern that this is not a night game, so Colorado's not going to make it interesting for us?
No, man, this is one Deion.
Kobe, they only make a state. Well, I don't know about you on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, Colorado only makes us stay up to the middle of the night for the good games. When they start playing during the day, well, they did have that TCU game, but when they start playing during the day, it gets ugly. It gets very, very ugly.
That's fair. I never thought of it because I guess I'm over here on the West where it's always
we're literally up till 2 a.m. watching Colorado make us sweat at the middle of the night. So that's literally the only concern. I guess I'll take Colorado. I can't bet it here in Virginia, but Travis Hunter for 2 touchdowns. In
Give
Florida.
him the fucking Heisman already. I don't want to hear this other shit. He's best player in college football. I'll argue with anybody about this. Fresno State, UNLV. Obviously, a lot of drama in this one. If you're not familiar with this one, Fresno State packs the house because they are in the Eastern. I'm serious. If you have whether it was Sam Boyd or whether it was Allegiant, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Fresno State fans, obviously Fresno's in the Eastern desert of California. Mm-hmm. They make this trip. They do it every year. I've been watching this game for 30 fucking years, and I'm telling you, this is a Fresno State crowd. Now, UNLV might be the better team. We'll see. Haj Malik Williams is an underrated quarterback. I think a lot of people just think, the backup at their Sluka. Haj Malik can play, but I think Fresno's going to win this game. What are you doing here?
I don't know. Part of me wants to say that what if the team just really didn't fuck with Sluka?
I'm starting to get that feeling, by the way.
Like, what if they just come out here and they just absolutely put it on Fresno State because they're like, we don't fucking need you. Like, you just fucking left in the middle of the night.
Yeah. He was previously a private school pussy, so you never know what it's like. But I've seen several. I understand the receivers tweeting it out. Ricky White was a very good receiver for the past couple of years, and I understand talking shit when a 44% passer dips out on your team. Now, what I was surprised at was some of the defensive players that tweeted out like "be gone." I was like, "Wow, okay, maybe this guy was a dickhead." Intriguing game there. Actually, huge game because if UNLV gets this, then you look at the remaining schedule. Well, they get Syracuse next week, which is actually a little tricky, but you can kind of see a path. They host Boise later in the year. They got to go to San Jose in late November, but you kind of see a path to them making that 12-team playoff. Gonna be fascinating to watch that one. Louisville, Notre Dame, Golden Dome. Louisville couldn't get a flight here. Had to take a bus. Should we alter our handicap? I mean, I took Louisville +7, but I don't know that matters. What was it, 4 or 5 hours? That can't be that long, right? Indiana and Louisville are not that far. I know it's northern Indiana, but curious what you're doing here. Colin Lacey, by the way, is going to play. This is, and they needed him because they had gotten depleted at the skill position players. He comes back. This guy had a ton of catches at South Alabama last year, first game with the Louisville Cardinals, but you add him to Ja'Cory Brooks and Chris Bell, and those receivers might be able to pose some problems there for the Irish. Who are you taking in this one?
Taking the Irish.
Hmm.
I think that they put it on Louisville here. This is a revenge game.
That is fair. The revenge.
This is a revenge game, and
not
not only a revenge game.
Anybody by that much.
Not only a revenge game for them, but Riley Leonard there played with Duke last year when Louisville beat the shit out of them, and he was hurt.
Yeah.
It was 23-0. In fact, Riley Leonard. Do you remember way back when Duke played Louisville and it was who was quarterback at that time?
Duke and Louisville.
Who was quarterback in
Lamar?
that game where Riley Leonard went 13 for 13, 99 yards, and they got killed? It's on the tip of my tongue.
For Louisville, Malik Cunningham.
No, for Duke.
Oh.
Huh. Oh man, I can't. Freaking at it. Whatever. But it was way back in his freshman year. They got the shit beat out of him by Louisville. He came in, threw 13 for 13 in relief, 99 yards, and then he gets to be a starter. Hurt against Louisville. They beat the shit out of them. I think he puts it on him today.
Fair. Shout out to NF with these lines available this week. Let's do a first quarter parlay. He also says it sucks when they ignore the chat and stick to what they want to talk about. Well, dude, we're trying to balance all of it, man.
Yeah, right? Man. First quarter. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have first quarter lines.
But if I could pull something out here for you. Let's go. Nebraska minus 2.5. Smash that. Parlay that with you like Kentucky plus 6.5 after the first? That's kind of.
I don't know what I like for the first quarter, man. Yeah, I don't handicap first quarters. I don't know. I could give you a play, and I wouldn't know if it's gonna hit or not. But I could tell you what I like for the game.
Yeah,
I can do that.
First quarter is tough. You're counting on who gets the ball first. If it's like a heavy run team, you know that they can bleed a lot of that clock. But I will say that let's
say NIU. Freaking NC State can't fucking score. So NIU's
plus 165 on the money line for the first quarter.
Huh?
NIU is plus 165 on the money line for the first quarter for them to have the lead there.
Yeah. NC State fucking sucks. NC State sucks. NIU. There you go.
All right, how about that? NIU. I like Nebraska minus 2.5. I also think Navy minus 0.5 has some value. All right. There you go. All right. We did not ignore your question, but we do have other games. My guy Squirrel
said Indiana. Yeah, Indiana minus 3-2. So there you go.
Yeah, let's go. Indiana minus 3. I'm with that too. I got a lock for you. It's in Greenville, North Carolina. UTSA is coming into Greenville. ECU's laying 2.5, 3. Let's go. I'm gonna do an 80s thumbs up. Just because ECU's burned me so bad. This is just an 80s thumbs up. I'll give an 80s smile.
I told you, yo, was that corner going to be a problem?
Fuck, man.
I said, was that corner being out going to be a fucking problem?
17-0, man.
I'll still take him over UTSA.
Let's go. Let's take him.
Yeah,
They're gonna get him. They're gonna get him at home there.
That's a nice bounce back spot.
All right, North Carolina's gonna beat Duke today. Mac Brown's gonna get his revenge. I have now. This line has gotten a little tighter. It's down to 1. It was like 3, but you can still get Carolina at like what? Maybe plus 105.
You can get Carolina at even money.
North Carolina's going to win that game. I'm really excited to watch this game because these coaches hate each other. It's fucking great.
Mac Brown just beats the shit out of his team.
Yeah,
like he just constantly beats his team.
You can talk your shit to NC Nick, all right? I know it's more of a basketball thing, but I mean, still, I expect a tweet when Carolina wins at NC Nick. All right, appreciate that. I'm talking to you, Terrell. All right, not to the chat. I'm talking to you, buddy. Mississippi State's catching 38 points at Texas. This game's horrible. Hey, I thought it was going to be really cool when Texas joined the SEC. This is honestly, I want to know if this is worse than the Kansas Texas spreads pre Lance Leipold. It's got to be on par with it. It's got to be on par with it. I'm not touching that game. I got a lock though. It's gonna sound a little crazy, especially because I'm talking to you, who won a lock battle against me. Give me the Houston Cougars plus 16 at home against Rocco Beck in this Iowa State program that Terrell's.
You keep fading them, man. I don't know why. I don't know why you keep doing it. Houston sucks, bro. You know Houston sucks. You know Houston sucks. I don't know why you're doing this.
They're covering this. Willie Fritz, the game after a blowout's always good.
It's
always good.
I've already called it. You are eventually going to be on the Rocco Beck train by the end of the season. You're going to Benedict, and you're going to be betting
next week. It might be next week. If he blows out Houston today, then I might be.
Houston sucks. What do you mean? This doesn't even mean anything if he blows out Houston. Houston isn't good.
I'm telling you, cash that thing in. It's going to hit. Stanford arrived to South Carolina very late in the night. I almost Benedict this one. I thought about Benedicting this one, but in my head, I'm like, I didn't bet this game. It's just we're picking every game. I'm still going to take Stanford plus because the line kind of went up a point too. It's like Vegas is anticipating this too. Stanford Clemson, they're getting 22.5 or 23.
Nah, I can't do it.
I know, right?
I'm taking Clemson.
Yeah. Look, I don't have strong conviction with it. I'm just.
Do you think Stanford's good?
Game. I think they're better than the perception of them. But do I think they're good? No.
I think they're an average team.
Yeah.
But I don't think an average team keeps up with Clemson.
Yeah, that's fair.
NC State's a bad team. I can't even say NC State's an average team. They're a bad team.
I got more locks for you though. Memphis is going to beat the shit out of Middle Tennessee State. Middle Tennessee State is a bottom 5 team in college football right now. Memphis coming off of a loss. They can't afford another loss. Lay that 26 points in the Battle of Tennessee there at the Liberty Bowl. Let's go. Georgia Bama. The game everyone's talking about, Terrell. I am on the dogs.
Yep. Revenge on the mind.
Yep. Let's lock
Revenge
that
on the mind. Lock up
that.
the dogs here.
Yeah, let's go.
Lock up the dogs. They get this college game day Drewski bullshit up out of here. This is about we have a chance to fuck up a team at home that cost us a championship, or even the chance to compete for a championship.
Yeah.
You don't forget about that. No, right? That was enough for me in a game that I think is going to be tight to lean over to the dogs. So I bet them.
I got a few more locks too. I like the Illini plus 18 at Penn State. Penn State might, I'm not saying Illinois is going to win the game, but 18 points, that thing's off.
We can lock battle here. That's fine.
Woo!
Yeah. I'll go ahead and take a lock battle. I got 17.5 earlier in the week, but I'll go at you with the 18 because I think Penn State is going to fuck Luke Altmaier up. Get this, Luke Altmaier is a good quarterback. Bullshit up out of here. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions last week. He's so fucking due. He might throw 4 interceptions and no touchdowns this week. That's how overdue he is. I do not believe in Luke Altmaier. This is when Penn State at home beats the shit out of Illinois.
I took Illinois money line last week. All right, let's do a little battle. All right, let's do a little battle action in Happy Valley. Bielema won the last time he was there. He's gonna put the kibosh on this Drew Aller offense. Let's go.
And that's why they're about to beat the shit out of him, because he won that bullshit ass game the last time he was there.
The 9 overtime 2-point.
Yeah, that shit. Bullshit. He's gonna beat they're going to beat the shit out of them in here this game.
I got more locks. Texas Tech's going to beat Cincinnati and Lubbock. I will lay the 3 with Texas Tech. Lock it up. What are you doing here?
I should have added them to the Big 12 parlay.
That's what I'm talking about, man. We can bet the whole. Let's bet the whole Big 12, man.
No, let's not do that because you're on Houston. Because you're on Houston. No, we're not doing that.
Actually, I don't want to bet the BYU Baylor game, but the other ones I like, and I like this one too. Utah. I don't
Stop
give
being
a shit.
scared and bet Baylor.
I don't give a shit who is starting quarterback at Utah. I am laying the 9 points with Utah at home against Arizona. I know Arizona's off a bye. Rice Eccles Stadium. You don't just go in there and win. It just doesn't happen.
I don't know because, but it's not like he hasn't played here. Has he played here? No, this was at Arizona.
No, they played
was
in
at Arizona
Tucson
last year.
No, yeah, he played at Tucson, and they smacked them. By the way,
Oh, okay.
that's what I'm saying. They beat him 42-18 last year.
So is it? If I knew 100%, if I had Rising, I would lock this up, no question. I probably should still lock it up.
Surprise! He's questionable.
I know.
This fucking guy should be a
I'm
politician.
gonna wait till I'm literally
He
gonna
needs
wait.
to be a fucking politician, dude.
I'm gonna wait to bet this until they tip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. Yeah. He's complete full of shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. He's so full of shit, man. No, I'm waiting until tip. As soon as I see Cam Rising go out there, I'm betting this immediately.
If I'm his dad, I'm just like, dude, stop fucking around with the people, dude. Just say if you're gonna play or not. You fucking asshole. Florida State's at SMU. SMU's laying 6.
They keep trying that competitive advantage bullshit of, oh, we don't want them to know what quarterback we're throwing out there. I promise you, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I promise you, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. SMU. I didn't bet this game, but I leaned SMU -6.
There's no way I can lay 6.5 for SMU. Good luck. I know that it's Florida State.
You on the road though. This is his first road game, right? So there's that. You know.
But SMU sucks.
They do suck. I agree.
Both of these teams sucks.
Yeah.
And in a game where two teams sucks, you take the points plus 6.5.
Washington
There's no way
State,
you can lay 6.5 with SMU and feel confident.
Washington State Boise's a heater of a game late night.
Boise's gonna fuck them up.
I'm with you. Let's lock up Boise.
This is Boise's. Hey, we're Pac-12. This is the hey. We're good enough to play in your shitty little conference.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think they're gonna run all over them. They're gonna beat the shit out of them. Like, really, really good defense over there on the smart turf there. So, yeah, give me Boise get this done. This is, yeah, I am locking this.
Yeah, let's go. First road game. Yeah, they played in Ireland. That doesn't count as a road game though. No, if anything, that was a Florida State crowd.
No, it was a lot of Florida State people out there. I follow a couple of them.
Oregon, UCLA. UCLA is getting 26, 25.5. Haven't bet this yet, but I can't bet on UCLA, but it makes me think I should.
Are you serious?
They looked all right last week, man. But maybe
Fuck
LSU just
UCLA.
really sucks.
They didn't even look good in that game. LSU blew it. Was that the LSU game?
It was like 24-17, like going into the fourth. That was shocking.
Yeah, but they didn't look good at all during the game. It was just a bunch of LSU bullshit.
But
because
Oregon,
it's Brian Kelly.
Oregon hasn't looked good this year. I have a future for Oregon to win the national championship, and I every time I have a cocktail, I think about throwing it in the fucking fireplace.
Man, you're gonna take them in the Rose Bowl, where they kicked you out of. This might be the ultimate Benedict. This might be the ultimate
I haven't
Benedict.
bet this. I haven't bet this game, but I'm just saying I lean UCLA.
No, lock up Oregon.
Woo!
UCLA fucking sucks, Kobe. I'm surprised you're even surprised by this. UCLA is really bad.
But what has Oregon done to like convince you that they're good? Like they have been a total disappointment to me this year.
But at the very least, I can sit there and say I see potential in the teams that they played. I see potential in Boise. I see potential in Idaho. There's no potential in UCLA at all. They suck.
I'll still lean points here. I'll lean points there. But dude, let's give away a parlay before we get out of here. You like the Big 12 parlay? I have a different Big 12 parlay than you. My Big 12 parlay would be UCF, Houston, Texas Tech.
UCF.
I'm sorry, not UCF. Colorado, Houston, Texas Tech.
You're crazy.
Kansas. Those 4 right there. And I'm going to give my clients another parlay besides that, but I like that Big 12 parlay. And your Big 12 parlay is what?
Baylor, Kansas State, Kansas, Texas Tech.
I like it.
My Big 12 parlay is better.
As far
Stop
as
fading
my,
Rocco.
how about this? We're gonna give another since we hit on that round robin last week. Here's my round robin for moneyline dog parlay here. It is going to be Sam Houston State, Arkansas. Sam Houston State, Arkansas.
Arkansas is kind of a short dog. NIU. Well, no, that's at 12. Let's get a little later of a game.
Oof, it's actually hard to find it late.
Let me see. I'm not making
out right. Charlotte can beat Rice. Rice is fucking horrible. Charlotte at plus 170.
Charlotte is interesting. Anything else popping off the board here?
I like FIU to win, but that's a short dog. They're like plus 125.
I like Charlotte. Charlotte.
Let's do Charlotte.
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston. Who was the third one I said?
Akron.
Oh, I like it.
Akron.
Charlotte, Sam Houston, Akron. Hold on, I said a fourth one though. Then had a fourth one. What the fuck was it? Charlotte, Sam Houston, Akron, and Arkansas.
Yeah.
That's the play. That's the play, folks.
Yeah, plus 195 is crazy.
Let's go. Let's go, folks. Make sure you give Terrell Furman a follow on Twitter at @reallyRel__. Let him know that Iowa State is not going to win the national championship. But yeah, please hit him up on Twitter. Check out all of his work. I'm on Twitter at @TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. We'll be back tonight with the reaction show. Appreciate all the people in the chat. Appreciate all those people kicking in some money as well. Hope everyone's safe there in the Appalachians. Till next time, this is the College Football Experience. Let's enjoy some games. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Yep.